Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Autocar India Quick News, your weekly update on all the launches, all the big scoops and all the hot news in the world of automobiles. But before we begin, do remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest videos. Let's start off with the big news this week. It's the Maruti Suzuki Brezza facelift that's available now only with the BS6 petrol engine. The new Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza facelift gets visual updates like a reworked front end with a new bumper and a new grille along with LED headlamps. Around the rear, the compact SUV gets a new bumper and tail lamps, and of course, the Brezza also gets a new set of 16-inch wheels. The big difference though is under the hood. The 1.3-litre diesel engine has now been swapped out with a 1.5-litre petrol instead, and the engine, a 4-cylinder naturally aspirated unit, makes 105 horsepower and 138 Nm of torque. The engine is mated to either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic. The automatic option also gets Suzuki's mild hybrid SHVS system. The manual gets an official ARAI fuel economy figure of 17.03 km per litre, while the automatic gets 18.76 km per litre. The Brezza facelift starts at 7,34,000 rupees for the base model LXi, while the top spec automatic is priced at 11,40,000 rupees ex-showroom. The higher than expected prices are due to the fact that the larger 1.5-litre petrol engine available in the Brezza means that the SUV does not qualify for the small car X-size SOPs available to models with length under 4 meters and petrol engines with displacement under the 1.2-litre mark. Compared to its rivals, the entry-level prices for the Brezza are actually higher than those on the Venue and the Nexon, with the entry-level EcoSport and the XUV 300 more expensive. That said, with higher spec models getting more and more popular with the masses, the Brezza has been well priced there, slightly undercutting all its rivals with the exception of the Nexon. For more detailed variant-to-variant pricing comparisons and for more info on what every variant has in terms of features, and of course to watch our review of the new Brezza, visit our website autocarindia.com. While the Brezza facelift was showcased at the Auto Expo, the SUV that really wowed everyone at the Maruti Suzuki stall was of course the Jimny. While Maruti has been non-committal about the launch of the Jimny in India, we can now tell you that the Jimny will make it to India in 2021 with a sub 10 lakh rupee price tag. Assembly of the Jimny will begin in India at Suzuki's Sanand plant in Gujarat, and the cars made will be mainly exported to meet demand around the world. Maruti Suzuki will build about 4,000 to 5,000 cars every month, and large export volumes are what will give Maruti Suzuki the economies of scale needed to make the Jimny viable for production in India. The Jimny will be powered by a 1.5-litre petrol K15B engine with a 5-speed manual and a 4-speed automatic, the exact same powertrain that powers the 2020 Brezza 2. Ford also launched the new BS6 version of the Endeavour SUV, and it now gets a new 2-litre engine that replaces both the 2.2 and the 3.2-litre engine that the Endeavour used to get earlier. Let's have a look at the prices. The Ford Endeavour's new 2-litre engine makes 170 horsepower and 420 Nm of torque. Although these figures are lower than the older 3.2 5-cylinder diesel's output, they are substantially higher than those on the older 2.2-litre 4-cylinder motor. The new engine also comes mated to a new 10-speed automatic gearbox, the only one of its kind in India. In terms of fuel economy, the two-wheel drive version puts out 13.9 km per litre, while the four-wheel drive version is rated at 12.4. The Endeavour now starts at 29,55,000 rupees for the two-wheel drive version, while the top spec four-wheel drive is priced at 33,25,000 rupees. It is important to note, however, that these are introductory prices valid only till April 30th, 2020. From one SUV to another, and Land Rover has officially announced the prices of the all-new Defender that has finally made its way to India in both the 90 and the 110 body styles. So let's have a look at those prices. And of course, if you're an SUV fan, this is definitely something to rejoice about. The new Defender is an icon in itself and will be available in the 3-door 90 and the 5-door 110 variant. Both will get a 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine that will make 300 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque and an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Of course, the Defenders will also come with the best off-road hardware in the world with terrain response modes along with a water wade mode with wade depths of up to 900 mm. And for all those who want a slice of the classic Defender, the steel wheels will be offered in India as an optional extra too. Both SUVs will be available in 5 variants and will be offered with the high levels of customization. Prices start at 69,99,000 rupees for the 90 and 76,57,000 rupees for the 110, with deliveries due to begin around the festive season. Now, if you have similar money to spend on a car and comfort is your highest priority, Toyota India has officially announced prices for the Wellfire Luxury MPV. The Toyota Velfire is priced at 79,50,000 rupees and is available only in one single variant. Toyota has allocated 60 cars a month for India, and the luxury MPV has already received over 180 bookings so far. Power comes from a 117 horsepower 2.5-litre petrol engine combined with two electric motors, a 143 horsepower motor up front and a 68 horsepower motor at the rear. The setup has an ARAI rated 16.35 km per litre fuel efficiency figure. Of course, the center of attraction for Velfire customers will be the center row, which comes with two large cooled, heated and reclinable seats that are electronically controlled. Center row passengers also get a 13-inch rear infotainment screen, and deliveries for the new luxury MPV are due to begin soon, with the only real direct competitor being the Mercedes-Benz V-Class. And in other Toyota news, the Japanese automaker is considering bringing the new A90 generation GR Supra to India later this year. Imported under the new homologation exception rule for up to 2,500 vehicles every year, the Supra will certainly find an audience in India, leveraging both its illustrious history with the previous gen Supras that stemmed from the likes of the Fast and Furious movies and tuner culture to the sheer tuning capabilities of the new car too. With an expected price of about 85 to 95 lakh rupees, the new Supra will be Toyota's flagship offering in India. Now, Volkswagen officially showcased both the T-Roc and the Tiguan Allspace SUVs at the Auto Expo a few weeks ago, and if you want to see a detailed video on both those SUVs, that's up on our YouTube channel. But now we have some official information on when both of these SUVs will be launched in India. Let's start with the Tiguan Allspace. The new 7-seat SUV will be launched in India on March 6th and will replace the standard 5-seat Tiguan. The Allspace is 215 mm longer with an additional 110 mm of wheelbase, giving the second row a lot more space. Under the hood will be a 2-litre petrol engine making 190 horsepower that will replace the current diesel. The T-Roc, on the other hand, will be launched on March 18th and is a smaller Seltos-sized SUV which will be imported as a CBU by Volkswagen. The T-Roc sports funky styling, especially with its signature daytime running lights, and gets a 1.5-litre petrol engine under the hood, making 150 horsepower and 250 Nm of torque, made it to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Moving on to two wheels now, and Husqvarna's second coming in India has officially begun. The Vitpillen and Svartpillen 250 have been launched in India. Let's have a look at those prices. The Vitpillen 250 is a cafe racer style bike, while the Svartpillen is a scrambler. Both bikes have been launched at a special introductory price of 1,80,000 rupees ex-showroom. At this price, the 250cc Husqvarnas cost only 7,000 rupees more than the KTM 200 Duke. Surprisingly, the bikes undercut the KTM 250 Duke, on which it is based, by nearly 20,000 rupees. These Husqvarnas share mechanical components with the KTM 250 Duke and are powered by the same 248.8cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder motor, making 30 horsepower and 24 Nm of torque, made it to a 6-speed gearbox. Now, last week we brought you a range of BS6 motorcycles from Hero, and this week Honda has upgraded two of its most popular motorcycle offerings to BS6 too, the Unicorn and the Shine. Honda Two Wheelers India has launched the BS6-compliant Shine 125 at Rs 67,857 for the base drum brake equipped variant and 72,557 rupees for the disc brake version. This is about 7,000 rupees more than the BS4 prices. An all-new 125cc fuel-injected single-cylinder engine that develops 10.7 horsepower and 11 Nm of torque powers the new Honda Shine 125. The motor is now paired to a new 5-speed manual transmission. It is also interesting to note that this new engine actually makes more power and is also more fuel efficient than the BS4 version. Moving on to the Honda Unicorn now, which in its BS6 guise is now priced at 93,593 rupees. The new Unicorn replaces both the standard BS4 Unicorn and the CB Unicorn in Honda's range. Engine specs on the updated 160 motor have not been released yet. And in other Honda news, the recently launched BS6 Activa 125 has been recalled due to a faulty cooling fan cover and oil gauge. While there is no information on exactly what's wrong with the components or how it's affected the scooter's overall performance, we do know that the parts will be completely replaced, with the overall process for inspection and rectification taking approximately 30 minutes at no cost to owners. And that's all the time we have for you this week. Do remember, as always, to leave your opinions in the comments section below. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week.